Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of AB in the Films. Vincent Vega, Jules Winfield, Jackie Brown, Beatrix Kiddo, Dr. King Schultz, Lieutenant Aldo Rain. You can add Cliff Booth to that list now.
Seems this world got you down.
Hey, you're Rick Dalton. Don't you forget it.
Okay guys, I just got back from seeing Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I gotta tell you right now, it did not disappoint. Listen, if you're a fan of filmmaking and movies, you are going to love this movie. Quentin, the guy, I've known this for a long time. This guy loves cinema. Loves it. It's everywhere in this movie. And not only that, listen, I actually went to go see this movie with my mom. I just got back from the theater. I went to go see it. He brought back the 60s so well here that maybe more than a dozen times my mom would whisper over to me, "Hey Andrew, we had that in our house when I was younger. I remember that. Oh my God, we used to have that too." Exactly like that. So, okay, I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but here's what I have to tell you. The characters, as far as the characters go here, I do like Leonardo DiCaprio as Rick Dalton. Loved Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth. I don't know what it is. Whenever Brad Pitt gets with Quentin, it works. It just works. It's like Christoph Waltz with Quentin. I can't explain it. It just works. Cause I normally am not a Brad Pitt fan. Like, I don't love him, I don't hate him. But I thought he was so great as Lieutenant Aldo Rain in Inglourious Basterds, and he's just as good here. Really good. I'm really overhyped about this because, oh my gosh, that ending. Oh, that ending. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it here. But, okay, so Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a semi-based on a true story kind of fictionalized movie. And what I mean by that is, it's about, I think DiCaprio plays a fictionalized character, Rick Dalton, who is a big actor in the 50s, had a film career, he was on television for a long time, and now it's 1969, he's getting a little older, and he feels that because he's doing more television than he is film, he's basically what the trailers say. You know, he feels like he's a has-been, like he's doing things that, you know, nobody really knows who he is anymore. The hippie movement is going on, and, you know, he's old, and he's yesterday's news. And he's a little hurt by that. He's kind of having a midlife crisis, and Brad Pitt, who is Cliff Booth, is his stunt double. And I remember seeing the trailers for this movie, and I remember thinking, you know, this is interesting. I've never seen a film where, because we've seen movies before where they have like a movie within a movie, but I've never seen a movie before where our two protagonists are the actor and the stunt double. That's interesting. I've never really thought of that before. So to see that in a movie, in a story, that's interesting. Like, that raises a few questions. Like, what kind of a relationship does an actor have with his stunt double or her stunt double? That'd be interesting, you know? And Quentin has a lot of fun with that too, because when you see like the movies that they're in and the shows that they do and the episodes and the pilots, you know, like the film will freeze frame and it'll say, "Here's Cliff, here's Rick," you know, like stuff like that. I thought that was pretty funny. For those of you who don't know, a quick side note here. My camera's busted, so I'm using my 8mm camera to film this review, which actually does work out. It's quite fitting because this was shot on film. This is a Quentin Tarantino movie. Quentin Tarantino uses film. I admire him 10 times more for that. He's a filmmaker. So much like the movie, I'm not going to shoot this review digitally. I am shooting this. It's 8mm videotape, not film, but still. It's tape. It's not digitally. Okay, so what do I think of this movie? Is it as good as Pulp Fiction and Django and Inglourious Bastards and Kill Bill and Jackie Brown? Yeah, I would say it is. I like this movie a lot more than Hateful Eight. I thought Hateful Eight, I forget what I said about that movie with Devin. Devin, my friend Devin isn't here for this review, but he and I would usually discuss the Quentin Tarantino movies whenever a Tarantino movie would come out. And Hateful Eight, I watched it again recently because I have it on DVD right here. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is going on this shelf in a couple months, too, with all the other Tarantino movies. But Hateful Eight, I thought it was okay. Lots of talking in it, but that's Quentin. You come to expect that. That's part of what makes his movies really, really great. And there's a lot of that in this too. There's a lot of talking, a lot of that. And some people I've heard on the internet, I've seen a couple reviews on the internet that were spoiler-free, and some people have said the first third is really good, and the last third is really good, and the middle is kind of meh. That's what everyone's been saying. And yeah, they're kind of right, but I was intrigued by it. Like, there was never a moment when I was checking my phone and all that, like, oh, how much longer is this? No, I was invested in this. I was interested. I wanted to know where this was going. It's semi-based on a true story, and that part is Margot Robbie plays the late actress Sharon Tate. And we all know what happened, sadly, tragically, nearly 50 years ago. It's August 2019, yeah. With the whole Manson family and all that, yeah. And that aspect of it is really well done. The actors they got in here, like, wow, man, chops on their acting. I believed these people were insane. That's some good acting right there. Dakota Fanning, didn't know she was in this. That was surprising to see her. I haven't seen her in a movie since she was 10 years old? It's been a long time since I saw her. And they have a lot of great actors in this as well. The guy that plays Bruce Lee, I thought was spot on. That was great. That whole scene between him and Cliff, Brad Pitt's character, that was really good. I think Cliff has all the funny moments in here. Like all those little funny moments that you get in a Tarantino movie from certain characters, Cliff has almost all of them. So that's why he's my favorite character in this movie. Because every time I go into a Quentin Tarantino movie, I'm invested in, okay, what are these characters going to be like? Because that's always his strong point with me. Yes, he's a great director, but he's a better writer than he is. I would love to read a novel from him. That would be fascinating. I think it'd be the same thing as watching a movie. And I heard that when he makes 10 films, he's going to retire from filmmaking. Well, this is the 9th one, so this is the second to last one that we're going to get from him as a director. But who knows? Maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe he'll do another one after that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's up to him. So the movie is pretty much Hollywood in 1969. And, Rick's having a midlife crisis with his acting career and everything, and we see what Cliff's life is like with his dog in his trailer house, I think it is. And he also stays with Rick. He does everything. He's basically Rick's friend in all this. He's not just his stunt double. He's his driver. He's his, he helps fix a few things around the house for him. And I do like the friendship between the two of them. You can see that. That's really well done here. Even Al Pacino's cameo I thought was really good in this. He's only in the movie for maybe 3 scenes, but I thought he was really good too. Al Pacino, that was pretty good. All the little in-jokes they have with, oh my god, how many, I gotta ask you, how many, I don't want to say the word antiques, because I guess they are. I don't know. It's 50 years ago now, from 69 to now. But, oh my god, the TV guides, the television sets, all the sets. And I'm not talking the movie sets when they're on the lot. I'm talking when they're in the house. And the way the homes look, and the cars, and the Cinerama Dome, and it's like they filmed this in 1969. I was blown away by the production design here. Blown away. I thought it was so good. The costumes, everybody, oh man, and the music. Oh, Tarantino never fails when it comes to music in his movies. Never. I'm listening to Neil Diamond here. I'm listening to Simon and Garfunkel. So many great music choices he puts in his films every single time. And I was looking forward to that because I knew this is 1969. We're gonna get that kind of music, and I like that kind of music. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be really good, and it doesn't disappoint. Very good. I did notice something else though, and I think only the Quentin fans will get this. Quentin actually now from what I've heard, Quentin, with his style of filmmaking, he uses things that he likes from other movies, like names, locations, situations. Maybe he'll have a character who's a generation of this character from this classic TV show or movie from the 60s or 70s. You know what I mean? He's done that before in his films. He goes through Rick Dalton's filmography, and one of the directors, I kid you not, I think he said his name, the director's name was Antonio Margheriti. Wasn't that one of the alias names that they had in Inglourious Basterds when they're trying to sneak into the premiere? I picked up on that right away. I think that was the name. Oh my god, this movie was so good. Okay, now let's talk about the ending. Now, without spoiling the ending, first of all, I want to say this. My thought going into this was, because it's Quentin, it's going to be violent. I don't care if it's violent. I expect that. I don't have a problem with the violence in his movies because I love the characters so much that I don't give a crap. I don't care. So, when the ending of this movie, as we were getting closer to the ending, there was a lot of build-up for this last third. And I remember thinking, oh man, this is going to be hard to watch. Oh, this is going to be really, really hard. I don't know if I'm up for this. Because this is basically what really happened, what they're building up to at the ending. And then it happens. And it's not what you think you're going to see. It was a lot of fun to watch, though. It was a lot of fun. A lot. It was... I had a huge smile on my face the whole time. Oh my god. I'm gonna go back to see this movie again just for that ending. That ending, oh my god. The whole theater was cracking up in a whole manner of, yes! Yeah! Like, it was just awesome. I did not expect that. Oh, man. Like I said, he doesn't disappoint. Quentin doesn't disappoint with me. He never does. Oh my god. Oh, this is so good. I still think the best film he ever made is Pulp Fiction. Django's #2. I don't think this movie is better than Pulp Fiction or Django. I don't. It's definitely up there. I did enjoy it because I'm a film nut and everything. And they show everything. They show, like, people on the lot. They're talking about directors and actors that were working at the time. They CG... listen, quick little spoiler. There's a scene where Leo DiCaprio, as Rick Dalton, he's sitting there, he's on the set of this new show that he's doing, and Timothy Olyphant comes in, and they're talking, and he goes, hey, are you Rick Dalton? Hey, I was a big fan of you, and everything. And he goes, I heard that you were in line for, The Great Escape. You were gonna get Steve McQueen's role, but Steve McQueen got it instead of you. And he's all like, you know, he's having that midlife crisis, and he's all... And then they show a scene of The Great Escape with Leo CGI'd in! It didn't look fake. It did not look fake, the way the lighting was and everything. They CGI'd him into The Great Escape! I thought that was so cool! That looked 10 times more, that looked 10 times better than what they did in Forrest Gump with Tom Hanks. When they CGI'd Tom Hanks into, like, you know, in the White House with Kennedy and all that stuff. I mean, granted, it was 24, 25 years ago. CGI wasn't up to date as it is now. But, oh man, they just show a clip of The Great Escape and instead of Steve McQueen, you're seeing DiCaprio. It was so cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and there's so many great one-liners in here, and some of them are in the trailers. Oh my gosh, this this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I know that Quentin is in love with movies. He loves filmmaking. I'm a big fan of movies too. I admire that so much about him. And not only that, he's a great storyteller, great director. And this movie, this was worth it. Definitely worth it. I'm sorry if I seem like overhyped here, but oh my god, that ending! I didn't expect that. I was expecting something totally different. I thought maybe it would be... Now, obviously, I think that was fictionalized, obviously, yeah, but I wasn't expecting it. I mean, it came... Like, they were building that up big time, and then it happens, and you're like, well, this is it. This is the end. And then, nope. Nope, we're not doing that. We're gonna do this now. And then, okay, without ruining anything, then they get to the pool. They get to the pool scene, and DiCaprio is in the pool, and he leaves, and he comes back with something. And if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. When he's walking back with this thing in his hand by the pool, this was me. No! No way! I was just blown away. I was like, oh man, forget the ending to Inglourious Bastards, man. This is 10 times better. Oh boy. Okay, so those are my thoughts on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the 9th film from Quentin Tarantino. Really good, very enjoyable, definitely worth the wait for that third act. Acting very good. Cliff Booth, one of my new favorite characters from Tarantino's work. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys go see it. It's very well made. Loved it. I will see you guys in the next review. Later.